Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I have another video for you, and I think you guys will be quite interested in this. But before we get to it, I'd like to thank again all the people who've become members. Because of your support, we're able to get more videos for everyone to enjoy. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to become a member. But anyway, this video relates to all the DUIs and BUIs that people are falsely getting around the country and the consequences that people are having to go through because of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this local news source. And like I was saying, guys, I think you're going to be really interested in this subject matter because there's actually been studies now, and this network is proving it, where people are getting false indicators for being driving under influence when they're actually not. And I think you're going to be surprised about the statistics. So let's get right to it.
New details tonight in our sobering problem investigation. Not just here in Tennessee, but across the nation, we're finding sober people are being arrested for DUI. And a recent study questions whether field sobriety tests are always reliable.
You just seemed like you was all over the road coming out.
Just moments after being pulled over, Justin Beery had an admission to make.
You might think I'm drunk to understand, but I've only got for like 3 hours of sleep.
After working a 14-hour shift, the Alabama man also then made a key misstatement.
Remember, when you're interacting with a police officer or a law enforcement officer of any type, give them as little information as possible. They are subconsciously and consciously building a case against you.
Do you take any medication or anything?
I have ADD, so I do.
ADD?
I should have autism instead of ADD. I think at the time because I just was afraid to say it.
Diagnosed with autism, Beery performed poorly on the field sobriety test. But officers with the Pelham County Police Department in Alabama also note this.
No odor of alcohol.
Any evidence of marijuana use?
Not in plain view. Just based on the results of the test, I'd say we have enough.
Enough to arrest Beery for DUI.
This time you will be placed under arrest.
And when Beery's blood work later came back, it revealed no drugs, no alcohol in his system.
I was very angry that this could happen because my wife and I are very both pro-police, but at the same time,
Just think about it. He messed up on giving his medical condition, which caused him to end up in jail for at least 8 hours and the endless amount of money that he had to put into it. Also, guys, when you're being pulled over, and I'm not a lawyer, but if you have any medical conditions, don't be afraid to admit them to an officer because it may keep you from having to go through the scenario of being arrested, having to pay for a lawyer.
our son being arrested for doing nothing.
If it all sounds familiar, it's because for the last 3 years, WSMB4 Investigates has been exposing how more than 2,500 Tennesseans have been arrested for DUI, but their blood tests later came back showing no alcohol, no drugs in their system. Beery's case shows it's happening far beyond Tennessee. Take a look. Using lawsuits, police, and news reports, WSMB4 Investigates found sober people in all these states saying they were arrested for DUI, including in Hawaii.
So they showed this map, and it didn't show North Carolina where I'm at. And I think the reason they didn't show North Carolina is because in North Carolina, you have to go before a judge to get the evidence in cases. So I don't think this news network wanted to pay for the money to go through the hassle of getting the information for this case.
Watch Amen Fapuliai's reaction when the officer says he smells alcohol.
I do detect the odor of alcohol. Feeling very good.
Even though he blew 0 on a breath test, he was arrested.
I felt embarrassed. I felt profiled. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't drink.
Honolulu prosecutors declined to pursue the case, citing insufficient evidence. In Florida, Ali Cupilo's blood work came back showing she was completely sober when she was arrested for DUI. What was it like when he put the handcuffs on you?
It was scary because I knew that I wasn't drunk.
And in Iowa, William Penn University football player Taven Galanakis is suing the Newton Police Department for arresting him for DUI while he was sober, even after he blew 0 on the breath test.
I blew 0, so now you're trying to think I smoke weed. That's what's going on. You can't do that, man.
Attorneys hire me to review their cases.
DUI expert witness Joshua Ott thinks he knows why this is happening. He points to a 2023 study for the Journal of the American Medical Association.
Now I'm just wondering, they're talking about these cases that are being built. Me personally, I think a lot of it is being built on cases for monetary gains. Because even if you're, like I say, in Florida, if you get a BUI, I see it even with DUIs, people are getting them reduced down to reckless driving and are having to pay the fines. So it's a monetary gain for these municipalities and these agencies.
Of 184 people, some smoked cannabis, others were given a placebo, and officers gave them all field sobriety tests. For 49.2% of the people given placebos, officers determined they failed the field sobriety test.
Almost 50% of the people taking these sobriety tests are failing that are not intoxicated, had nothing to drink, or are using no drugs or pharmaceuticals.
The false positive rates of sober people was really astonishing.
Ott says there is no good research showing field sobriety tests accurately show that someone is impaired.
So it becomes very problematic as to how accurate or inaccurate these tests are.
So I'm going to jail tonight?
After his arrest, Barry now drives with a letter from his psychiatrist in his car. It states his diagnosis means he cannot perform a field sobriety test.
Because of my autism, I'm at a disadvantage. I can't help that.
Now, I did ask for an interview with the Pelham Police Department, but their spokesman said they had no comment, but did confirm an internal investigation is underway. Now, you may have you might have your phone in your hand right now, is what I'm trying to say. And our investigation continues right now on the WSMB4 app. You can find this interactive map. You can just click on each state, and you can read about the sober DUI case we found there. Wow.
Guys, this is quite alarming. You know, they're just showing a few states, and there's a lot of people that are being falsely accused of DUI when they're not intoxicated. Yes, some people make mistakes, and yes, there's a lot of monetary gain to be made in these arrests, but people's lives are being negatively affected. And so I'm going to put a link in the description below to this news station where you can go to their website and go through this interaction and find the details that they were talking about the people who have been falsely arrested that they found. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, and we will see you.
Thank you for watching Bad Boats. We hope you liked this video.